welcome to my soapbox. This is all about Hungary, and we'll start out by letting you look at the kifli that I made for this. It's a Hungarian pastry filled with hazelnuts, and it's really yummy. So I think Phil was really excited about it. It's good times.
I love it.
So anyway, we can start off. I'm going to tell you something interesting about the crown right here. That's the coat of arms for Hungary, and on top is the Holy Crown. And the reason why the cross is bent at the top is because in the invasion of the Red Army, they rushed the castle and the crown was damaged, and they still have it in its damaged state in the palace. So, Hungary is really called Magyarország in the actual country. That's the Parliament building. It's really fancy. And that is Szolnok. And I started going to Hungary in 2004, my sophomore year of high school. And this is where we went. I went with a group of students and adults from our church, and we were going to staff an English Bible camp. And Szolnok is maybe 1.5 times the size of Conway, maybe a little less, but that's the synagogue down there. It's really pretty, and the Tisa River, which floods a lot. That's why they have all these ridges up here. That's where the actual walkway is, and that's just a view of the city. The reason why a lot of us went to Hungary was to camp, and the camp is called the Angol Biblia Tabor, which is English Bible Camp. And we had a lot of students, and all of these are Hungarian children, ages from 8 to 18, and we would do the camp for a week, teaching them English through Bible stories and songs and stuff like that. Just basic interaction. Though I think a lot of us learned more Hungarian than we taught them English, which is true, because they didn't really want to speak in English. Yeah. So I have pictures from camp, which are kind of fun. That was from the first year that I went, in 2004, 2005, and we used to have a lot of Americans that would come and staff the camp, but last year we had maybe 20 people as opposed to 50 to 70 that we've had in the past. So last year I got to teach a class all by myself, and so it was an application class, so I did a lot of lessons with them. There's a string game, a marshmallow game, a telephone game, which is a lot of fun, especially because they were speaking in Hungarian during the telephone game, and they would make the English people talk in Hungarian, which was ridiculous. Teaching the Hungarians how to play football was a lot of fun. And signing t-shirts is one of the main activities at camp at the end. Hey, Lydia! Are you coming for the soapbox? Yes!
Where is going here? I just skipped class. Mary told her I was sick.
Well, you haven't missed much. I'm just telling you that. And these are beads, which is also a big activity that we do at camp. And beads are actually one of the hardest words, like basic words in Hungarian to learn. It's gyöngyök, and Phil, I was telling you that sound to make with your tongue, and you have to
Gyöngyök.
Yeah. So there's a little skit that we do at the end of camp some years that it's like only guys matter, only food matters, stuff like that. And we'll say only beads matter, and it's csak gyöngyök számítanak, which is really hard for the Americans to say. So, for camp, we had to have translators, and these are some of them. That's JD, who actually goes to school in Texas, and Fani and David and Evie and Noemi. So, Yeah, because Hungarians don't really speak English on a large scale. You really had to have a translator wherever you went. Last year I was kind of a translator for the Americans when we didn't have the Hungarians with us, which was fun. Hey! So at the end of camp every week we would go to Budapest, and so I've got a few sites that are really cool. This is the St. Galert Monument on Castle Hill in Buda. And this is actually a monument to the first saint who tried to convert the Magyars into Christianity. And he was pushed off that mountain, and so they later erected a monument for him. So kind of sad. That's the St. István or St. Stephen's Basilica. Parliament building, which is right on the river, and they spent way too much money on it, but it's lovely. And this is Buda Castle, and actually you can't really see it too well, but this is another castle that it's built on top of, because in the revolution, or during the Red Army invasion, the lower castle was destroyed, but there's still like the foundations of it, and so they just built the palace on top of it. They don't have a royal family living there, they just use it for museum stuff and gallows and stuff. The Széchenyi Bridge was the first chain bridge or suspension bridge built over the Danube, which is kind of important. It's got like these giant lions on the end, which are kind of menacing. The basilica is really interesting because they keep St. Stephen's hand, right? Like this is where it is, and you can go in and pay like 50 cents to light it up and see the hand, and it's all shriveled and gnarled and stuff. And once a year they take it out and parade it around town because it's supposedly good luck, and it's really weird. The food in Hungary is awesome. Gulyás, or goulash, as you'll find it in America. They cook it over a fire in a big pot. Corn pizza, which you don't get here in America, but it's also really good. It's got sweet corn on top and ham. I don't know. I'm cool. I like pizza. What can I say? And they have édes gyümölcsleves, which is a cold fruit soup. I would have made it, but I don't have a giant pot. But it's made out of sour cherries and peaches and apples, and it's really refreshing right before you eat your meal, especially since they don't have air conditioning in Hungary and all that fun stuff. The language is really difficult to learn. It's one of the hardest languages in the world. This is actually my favorite Hungarian hymn, and I only know what the first 3 words mean. It's like based off of a Jewish folk song, but the first 3 words mean "Your fire, Lord Jesus," but it's got a really nice Jewish tune to it, and it's really minor keys. I don't know. It's cool. Hungarian has 44 letters, and the words can get really long because one of their main grammatical things is that they use prefixes and suffixes for their words, and so this is like an entire sentence in one word. And I'm not going to say it because I know I'm going to stumble on it, but it basically means like for the fact that you try to act like you can't be desecrated, and I don't know, there are like 5 different meanings for the word, but Hungarian, yay!